you doing? I had a guy named Brian the other day who asked me on YouTube. Could I actually he actually emailed me and asked me if I could elaborate on Home Advisor, and so I wrote him a pretty long email. And uh, and I guess I impressed myself with so much text that I feel like now I'm gonna make a video about it and just share what I read, what I wrote him on that email. So it's sitting here in front of me. So I told him, hey Brian, thanks for reaching out. Home Advisor is a bittersweet because someone's at their house not getting heat or cooling, and they type in heater repair or furnace repair into Google search. These people are searching already because they don't want to go with the big guys in town. They know of them and they have tried them in the past, but they're tired of their high pressure tactics. So they try searching online. They run into a domain name on the first page that they've seen advertised on TV, Home Advisor. I called them myself to get when I got started. I'd seen them on TV and I thought that it would be a good lead generation site. If I hadn't called me, they would have called me like every other stinking advertiser in the world. Seriously, sharks in the pond. Like they're just when you start your business, they're just like, oh my god, and I can't quite get over it. But I'm learning patience. So once you get your license and your business license, they will start calling you. I heard even the Home Advisor guys are pretty adamant about trying to get to you. But like I said, I called them first because I like the idea. Angie's List is a service where the customer pays to search for reputable companies. Home Advisor doesn't charge them anything. Whereas Home Advisor doesn't charge them anything. They charge the contractor for every lead. So you're going to get charged anywhere from $10 to $20 for a lead. And if you accept install leads, install replacements, you can be charged anywhere from $40 to $60 for those leads, whether you sell them or not. You're going to get charged for these leads whether you win the bid or not. So they go online and they go through a few pages of questions, and then about the fifth page or so, they click on next, and without any clue that this is going to happen, the next page says, here are 4 contractors that we have matched to your repair. And then it lists them. When I did this for the first time, just for research, I wasn't really sure what was going to happen next. And this page just listed these contractors. So I was thinking, oh, I might contact these guys or whatever, but I was clueless. Probably like a lot of Home Advisor customers are when they get to this point. So about 30 to 45 seconds later, I got a call from an HVAC company saying, they said their thing, and I told them that I was just testing the system. I was a contractor, and they were like, "Oh, okay, thanks for wasting my time." But I didn't waste their money because they do get refunded for this. So, like, if another contractor's calling, you can set it up. You can request a credit if somebody was just testing the system, or for various other reasons, you can request for that refund. So after I hung up with that guy, another contractor called a few minutes later. I told him I was sorry, but I was just testing the system out. So only 2 contractors called me that day, and it was a weekday. That tells me not a lot of contractors have the patience it takes to make money off of this type of lead generation. If you go onto Facebook and we all have this conversation about Home Advisor, you'll see about 50% of the people, maybe even 60% of the people can't stand it. And about 30 to 40% of them are okay with it, and then some others are indifferent. So that particular day, only 2 contractors called me. I'm kind of surprised because they send this lead to about 4 or 5 people, and those people get charged regardless of whether they pick up the phone and call you or not. To me, these calls are real calls that if I win them, I will very likely make good retail pricing off of. Not home warranty money, not super discounted money, but for the price that I charge for this and that item. So the first call I got was the very first day that I signed up. It was around 5 o'clock in the evening. I had actually just started my company a few days before, and had my contractor's license. And this lady says her thermostat wasn't working, so I got like a $9 charge for the system, or for the lead, and I charged $75 for a diagnostic. So I told her about my diag fee, and that I would troubleshoot her system, tell her what could be done to fix the system, and give her pricing from there, and she could decide what she wanted to do. She agreed and said that that sounded good to her. Her thermostat was bad, and we were going to change it out. I was going to make good money off the call and be ahead of Home Advisor right off the bat. So I was super stoked. Well, long story short, she had a worn blower cap and a bad heat exchanger. Pretty sure she had a bad inducer motor as well. So we could have fixed all this. However, she had a bad heat exchanger, and then to top it off, she has home warranty. Ah! So I won't be changing the system out now, because it's likely that our home warranty company will be doing that work. She had Allied home warranty, and because it's an obsolete heat exchanger, they're probably going to change out the package unit on that roof. She was a sweet lady, and I haven't had that home warranty issue sneak up on me again. I got $75 on the service call, and that covered my $10 lead fee or whatever. So I did end up making money off of that. So my wife keeps track of how many leads that I get and how many leads that I lose. And right now, as of yesterday, I was about 41%. So I'm super quick on the phone. So my advice to you guys is keep good track of your calls that you've made money off of, and the calls that you've lost money on. We paid over $800 in leads during a 4-week period between December and January. But we made good money off those leads. Some turned into install opportunities, and others were pricey repairs. So about a week or two into it, we got a $750 call. And then the next day, I would lose $100 in leads that I didn't win the bids on, like 4 or 5 leads that came in, but for some reason I just didn't win them. So that's super frustrating, and I cannot, I can't tell you enough. It's very frustrating when you're right there on the phone and you call them and they don't pick up the phone. You send them an email, they don't answer the email, and who knows, even maybe 3 or 4 days later, they call you back and they're like, "Oh, hi. I got your message on from Home Advisor, and well, we went with another contractor." You're like, "Okay, thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you for calling me back. I had already assumed the loss." So all good. So that's pretty frustrating. So I'd get super frustrated and tell my wife that I'm going to turn my leads off. She would come back saying, "Yeah, it's tough losing the bids, but we are ahead, and we're in the black on repairs and leads with Home Advisor." So she would calm me down a little bit, and I'm glad she did say that, because as a matter of fact, I'm installing my first Home Advisor install this weekend. So this was an install repair that turned into a lead. So if I can stress one thing, most importantly, more than anything in this world, it would be with Home Advisor, always, always, always have your phone on you. Because whether you win the lead or not, you're going to get charged $9 to $20 for a lead. And it's very possible to get 4 or 5 leads in a day. I call immediately. I wait for the Home Advisor app to prompt me. I go on it. I go on my cell phone. I have the little app on my phone. I touch call at the top left button, and that's the fastest way to get a hold of the lead. And if and when they don't answer, because they usually aren't expecting a call so fast from someone, I send them an email. So right next to the call button is a mail button, and I just push that, and that sends them an email saying, you can select from various emails, and that says, "Hey, we're trying to contact you for this lead. Please get a hold of Greg Fox at Fox Family Heating and Air Conditioning at 916-877-1577. So, as most people say in the home advisor game, the early bird gets the worm. I've even had customers tell me that. The guy that I'm doing the install for this weekend, he left me a home advisor lead at 11:50 or something like that, and at night I had already gone to bed like 2 hours earlier, and I called him like I woke up at like 5:30 or 6 in the morning the next morning, and just like looked at my phone. I'm like, oh my god, I got a lead. I probably blew that one, but I'm gonna give him a call anyway. So I gave him a call, and it turned into a diagnostic on a 24-year-old Janitrol that I did a video on, and we're gonna do the change out this weekend on it. So early bird gets the worm. I usually call back once, at least twice more before I give up. So like if I can't get a hold of them, I'll go ahead and call them back maybe two, maybe three more times, just because like I hope it doesn't tick anybody off. But sometimes I win the lead, and sometimes I lose. I lose it. I get streaky too. There's some days that I can't connect to one dang person, while there's some weeks I nail it almost every time and win the leads. So I've noticed that weekends are better than weekdays because less contractors are working on the weekend. So I always think about, shutting my leads off during the week because there are so many contractors working during the week, and it's more to compete against, right? More possibility of losing, and then I'll win a lead on Tuesday, and I'm like, okay, it's all good. So the point is, for a company who isn't on the first page of internet searches, Home Advisor is. So you're going to get leads from them, and you really just need to be by that phone always. If you're going to make sweet love to your woman, turn your leads to the busy schedule for a while, or turn the leads off for a bit. You can always turn them right back on. The app on the phone is used a lot by me. I mean, I'm always checking in on it. It gives you like their address, their phone number. It keeps track of how quickly you contacted the people. Not like I care. I mean, I do my best, and that's what I do. So they give you a profile page on the actual internet. So I decked this out. I answered all the questions on my profile page to set it up and get it all looking good. And if you get like 5 reviews, that you get like, hey, you get like a badge for, hey, I'm a super technician, great guy. And then if you get like 10, positive leads, then you're like an elite service technician. And so those are kind of nice because customers will go on to the website and look for you personally. So one more thing, after you close your calls out that you did the work for, go on the app and request that they rate your performance. I have like 9 ratings right now on Home Advisor, and I've only been using it for like a month, maybe month and a half now, 2 months maybe. And Home Advisor rewards you with those badges. So some leads have actually gone through, and they're just looking for contractors, and they want to select their own contractor. So they'll go through and look at the profile pages and click on them to set an exact match, which cost about $28. But you don't have to compete with anybody either for the lead. They already want you. I use my Google Calendar to set my appointments right now. I'm so small time that I can do that. And so I set my appointments up on Google Calendar, and potential leads can see my availability through the Home Advisor calendar, and they can actually request a day and time that works for them and set an appointment up. And then I get like a notification saying, John has set an appointment with you from 10 to 2 on Friday. Click this button to confirm. Like, oh, okay, cool. So that's pretty convenient, and so yeah, it's all good. I'm making money off of it. Home Advisor is definitely making money off of me though. So just be patient, stay in it for the long haul. And like I said, it's only been a couple of months for me, but I've already had a system change out from it too, and that's real good money. So last bit, don't take the install leads. They're like $50 or $60 per lead, which is way too much to be messing around with. Just set up the repair leads, the thermostat repair, heat pump repair, gas furnace repair, oil furnace repair. Anything, the repair ones you can do. Repair leads turn into installs eventually. You know, I get older systems all the time. I set them up on my club memberships and I make them loyal customers. So when they are ready for the change out, I'm ready for them. So, okay, guys. Well, I hope this answers your questions about, you know, what I think about Home Advisor. Could I drop it at any time and be just fine with it? Yes, but it does make me lead. It does get me leads too. So it's really bittersweet. You know, it really is. And when you're on and you're making money off them, it's great. And when you're not and you can't seem to, you know, connect with the lead, it pisses you off. So, okay, well, that's what I got for now, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about Home Advisor 2. I've already been in the conversations on Facebook, so I know how most of you feel. But hey, great way to start another conversation. See you guys on the next video.